Hi, welcome to video 3.3, page 12 in your packet. We're talking about rational and irrational numbers, how you tell the difference between them, and then also what happens if you add and multiply them. So first of all, some examples of rational numbers would be whole numbers, both positive and negative, any of those. If I have something that is a repeating decimal, like this is 1/6, 0.16 repeating. If I have fractions, improper fractions, terminating decimals, any of those things are rational numbers. So rational is short for, or is long for, ratio. So a rational number can be written as a ratio or a fraction. And the other thing about it is if it's written as a decimal, that decimal is either terminating or repeating. And terminating means that it stops. And repeating, of course, means that the same thing happens over and over and over again. And sometimes it can be like just one number repeating, like 6 here repeats forever, or it could be like if I have 0.18, the 0.18 repeats over and over. So it's 0.181818 forever. Okay, examples of irrational numbers. The most famous, of course, is pi. Square root of 2 is an irrational number. Square root of 3 is an irrational number. If I have a number that goes on and on forever, and it never really has a pattern or repeats, then that is an irrational number too. So an irrational number cannot be written as a ratio or a fraction. And if that number is a decimal, it will go on forever and not repeat. And by not repeat, obviously some of the digits are going to repeat because it can't go on forever if that doesn't happen, but there won't be the same pattern over and over and over again that continues to go on forever. And it's not repeating. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We are going to do some work on calculator. We're just going to test some things. What happens if we add some two rational numbers? So if we add two rational numbers, well, this one would be 2, 6 plus 3, 6. So that's going to be 5, 6. Can be written as a ratio or fraction. So that's a rational number, rational number, rational number. So a rational number plus a rational number is a rational number. However, if we add a rational number and an irrational number, like let's do 5 plus square root of 3, that's going to be an irrational number. It goes on forever and it never stops. So that would be like 6.73205 blah blah blah. And then if I do 6 plus pi, I also get an irrational number, 9.14159, blah, blah, blah. And so I am getting an irrational number. If I multiply a rational and an irrational number, like 3 times the square root of 2, I also get an irrational number. And of course, this is going to be the same thing. If I do the square root of 6 times 9, then I get 22.0454. Keeps going on forever, it doesn't repeat. So this gives me also an irrational number. Okay, so these right here, let's say I have the square root of 3 times the square root of 8. That's going to give me 4.898979. It'll keep going on forever. So that is an irrational number. But if I have the square root of 6 times the square root of 6, that's going to give me a rational number. So if I do an irrational number times an irrational number, I can get either one. So I can get an irrational or a rational number. It depends on the situation. Okay, and that's it for this one. Write down any questions that you have for me in class, and I'll talk to you later.